Hello, I have this beautiful soul with me, Royce. Hi, Royce.
Hi, nice to be here. Thank you.
Oh, nice to have you here. Thank you too. Can you please tell me about yourself and what you do?
Sure. Um, well, I have been a transformational facilitator for over 4 decades. I know, believe it or not. And I help people to discover who they really are by getting rid of some of the old stuff that they've bought into, the old beliefs, the old negativity, programming, all of that stuff. And it's all done with a spiritual base to it. So it's very profound work. It's very, I don't want to say it's easy because it's not. I give people shovels and mirrors when they start doing work with me, but it will shift lives. It does shift lives.
Thank you for sharing. And can you tell me a little bit about it? Like, is it which group is it? Is it yeah, what kind of niche do you have? Like, can you narrow it down for me so I understand it a little better?
Sure. It's a series of classes that I teach, and I'm doing it all remotely now. And each class has a different topic where we delve into getting deeper and deeper awareness of who we are and some of that old stuff that's running our lives. Um, and then I also do individual work. I help people to dig really deeply inside, especially if there's an issue that's kind of stuck. And we get to the roots, the origins, and dig it out and throw it away. I find that most trainings that I've heard of or most spiritual teachings are very superficial, a lot of cliches, just think positively or use affirmations or visualization. And I go beyond that. I get to the source or the root of whatever it is that's in the way. There's a lot of stuff in the way for people. So that's the work that I do, and that's the format that I use. Yeah.
Wonderful. Can you tell me how you go deeper then? If you
Um,
can?
Sure. It's a meditative process. It's not hypnosis. It's just a meditation where I guide people to discover specific sources of whatever it is that is getting in their way. I find that these sources have a powerful subconscious effect on us. And by discovering them and doing various things that I do with people to pull them up, out, and gone, everything shifts. I've had some amazing results. I have people that have been addicted, or people that have they don't feel deserving in their life, or they feel like they're an imposter, or they feel like the communication can't happen, relationship issues, you name it. There's always some causes that are back there subconsciously impacting their lives. So, like I said, it's a meditative process. My clients are conscious when they're doing it. And when they reach the end of the process, it feels like something has lifted off of them, because it really has. And they're able to see things in a different way. They're able to perceive themselves differently. They're able to perceive life differently. Situations that used to drive them crazy, they're able to accept. I find that a lot of the work that I do, the basic intent, which is what I mentioned before, that it has a spiritual lean to it, the basic intent is to awaken to who we are spiritually, to discover our true purpose, to discover why we're here. And in doing that, I find that things can really shift, because you end up doing what you're meant to do. And that brings joy and peace and happiness. And, it's why we're here, to evolve to that place. And many of us are just walking around miserable all the time, and we don't know why. So that's the reason why.
Wow, wonderful. You're such just a great gift for the world. So thank you for sharing your gift with so many. So thank you for
My
that.
pleasure. My pleasure. I love what I do. It's my
Yeah,
passion.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, I can see that. I can feel it. And what you do then daily to keep up your mental health in check?
What do I do?
Yes.
I do the same work with myself. Yeah. Um, and gosh, that's pretty much it. I find that consciousness of what's going on, and I talk a lot about what I refer to as mirroring. And what that is if something bothers you, if something pushes your buttons or triggers you, there's some aspect of yourself that's showing up that you don't want to see, that you're in denial of. So I help people do that, and I do that with myself. There you go. I definitely do that with myself all the time because it is such a deep, profound process. And we've got so many layers, and there's so much stuff going on from lifetimes, and there's a lot to look at. So I do that with myself a lot.
Good, good. And you feel, oh, whatever you do with the meditation, is that meditation you do that keep your mental?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I love
Yeah.
meditation too. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. And what about inner child healing? Do you have any experience of that?
Oh, yeah. I don't call it inner child, I call it lower self.
Mm,
But it's all the same.
yeah.
I help people to understand the power that their lower self or their inner child has over them, and it's all subconscious. And this is the part of us that functions from fear and false negative programmed beliefs. And we clear that out. And in the process, what we're left with is a more positive inner child that comes from joy and exuberance about being alive. And it's an amazing journey to discover the positive inner child as opposed to that fear-based programmed inner child. So yes, I definitely talk about that a lot.
Thank you, and thank you. And when you say you talk about it, but have you done any practice yourself and something that you feel is have giving you peace and you have managed to let go of your past? Is that anything
Oh
there?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the ultimate goal. That is
yeah.
definitely the ultimate goal. Like I was saying before about the inner processing work that I do. Um, what it shows up is the specific origins of where my inner child became a fearful inner child. And by resolving and releasing those sources, what I'm left with is that positive, um, exhilarated, wow, I can't wait to go have some fun inner child. Yeah.
But since you have been working with this for decades, as you say, do you feel like it's a long time ago that you don't even have this urge to work with the past, or but because past is can be your 10 minutes ago too, it doesn't need to be your 5 years old you. So but do you have this, do you do it less than less now? Do you feel like you have done so much in the past that you are free from it now, or
Yes, definitely. It used to be that I would get in touch with whether things that happen in this life or past lives, and it would be so emotionally charged for me that I would have to do a lot of work to complete it. But now I'll sit down and do some inner work, and it's like, oh, okay, well, there it goes, it's done. So it's a lot faster. And the same thing happens with my students when they get to a certain point where those things aren't as charged anymore, they can release them a lot faster. Yes.
exactly? Thank you for sharing that. I love that.
Sure.
And the last thing, do you have any advice for someone new in this journey?
Advice. Be patient with it. I know we're in a very instant oriented society, fast food, instant things on Instagram, instant news, all of that stuff. And so when I tell people, it might take a while to get there. Sometimes that's discouraging, but I think that, how many thousands of years have we lived on this planet, and we've got a lot of stuff to look at and address and release. So patience would be, and it's funny because people always think that I'm so patient, but I've had to really work hard on that quality in myself, because I too want it to be instant, but it's not. Sorry. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. And it's so true. I'm so agree with you, because everything now is like fast, 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 fast.
Yeah,
I'm not even
definitely.
got any chance to think and reflect. And so thank you a lot for sharing that. And thank you, Royce, for being on my show. I really loved it that you could be volunteering up
Thank you
here. So
so
thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.